Welcome, Evemania here to bring you another movie review. Today's movie we are going to talk about Batman Begins. Batman Begins is a 2005 movie. It's mostly an origin movie on the creation of Batman. It was a really great movie. I started for the next couple of days you'll see the Dark Knight reviews. I'm in the middle of watching like loads of Batman shows, and so I decided to watch the Batman movies. I haven't seen fully Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises because I wasn't actually into Batman at the time as they came out. I just seen bits and pieces, got a bit bored of them, didn't really get into them. But now that I watch those movies, there are hardly any movies I do not like. I mean, you do get some strays, but not that often. So I'm now watching a Batman movie, and Batman Begins was why did I waited so long? That movie was amazing. I mean, I am a Batman fan. I love Batman, my favorite DC hero, and Batman begins sort of begins. You see what I try and pronounce it right. What Ghul? What Al Ghul? He's the head of the assassins, and at the start of the movie, before it do like flashbacks or before it became to that moment, it shows Bruce Wayne as training his skills to become better and stronger, so he can justify the world, mainly his home place Gotham. But it keeps having flashbacks in that moment of when he was a kid and how he fell in a well, so got attacked by loads of bats, became petrified of bats, and he got this whole fear. And when, of course, we all knew the origin of Bruce Wayne, with this fear of bats, when they went to see the play in the theatre, with the dark play and with the cast moving so fast, he envisioning like he's seeing bats. So he asked his dad for them to just leave the show. To him, his dad Thomas and his mother Martha Wayne's left the theatre, and that where the tragedy began, when a guy from the alleyway came out of nowhere demanding for them to give over their money and their jewellery, and then shot them dead. I mean, of course that ain't a spoiler. We all know Bruce Wayne background, and of course Bruce Wayne obviously the survivor. So he was trying to breathe, but his anger and guilt is clouding his judgment. He keeps thinking that it's his fault. If he hadn't left the theatre, none of his parents would have died. And so he sort of became out of control. He couldn't control his anger. He wanted the guy who killed his parents to pay. He wanted him dead. But years later, 7 years I think, he came back to Gotham after training under Ra's al Ghul, and when he came back to Gotham, so he making a name for himself. He went he went back to his old mansion, and making sure that his sort of business. I mean, he didn't care at the time about business because as for him to be concerned, his father dead. So what did that matter anymore? He had no time to grieve. He just filled with anger. So he has figured out how he could save the city. He built him and Alfred built I call it Alfred, but you know, they built a bat cave. They found a cave under the Wayne Manor. So they built the bat cave and then friends of Bruce Wayne created, I think they were a friend, or it could have been Alfred, but they created an outfit for Batman, and Batman even got his own car, a tank should have been. So when Bruce Wayne wear the mask, he is known as Batman, which incredible. I mean, the first film of the Dark Knight trilogy was the Scarecrow, one of definitely the most frightening of beasts. I mean, with the Scarecrow, how he fighted crimes were sort of mentally instead of physically. He have gas that is when you inhale the gas, you keep envisioning horror, and it sort of clouds your mind. And because of that, I mean, if you inhale enough gas, your mind would not be able to cope with the fear of the poison. So eventually you will die unless you be treated by some antidote. But of course, I think so. Batman, for his first sort of major crime, he have got to go and try and defeat the Fiend. And also Batman trying to protect his childhood friend Rachel also. And which should have shocked actually seeing, because I have not seen this movie all the way through. I mean, not as I remember anyway. And Rachel, when I seen her, I thought, I seen that girl before. And I have just finished watching it before I started watching these Batman movies. I've just finished watching that show, and that is Dawson's Creek. I have just finished watching this show, and Rachel, who plays Rachel, plays you won't be able to see, but Joey, from the Dawson Creek TV show. And that is pretty much my review of Batman Begins. I don't want to give too much away. I mean, I gave away enough as possible, but overall, it's definitely a very good movie, a very good kickstarter of the Dark Knight trilogy, and I can't wait until we watch tomorrow The Dark Knight, because it's got my all-time favourite movie TV film of all time, the Joker. So I'm very looking forward to that. So stay tuned for tomorrow's review. Thanks for watching. See you later.